If you own a 1976 to, let's say, 1993 Mercedes-Benz gas engine car with C.I.S. fuel injection, I might be able to help you. Now, I won't do that by answering emails or responding to personal messages because I get so many of them. It seems like over the last few years, I'm getting tons of emails. They go something like this: oh, my car starts and quits, or it won't start at all. I just sit there and crank, or when it's hot, it won't start. When it's cold, it won't start, and so on. So what I decided to do is just recently, I took all the videos I've ever shot, including a bunch of new ones. I put them all together in an almost 3-hour-long video class. So now when I get questions about no start issues, and I'm talking about the engine turns over with the starter and won't start, okay? I need to clarify that. But when I get these kind of questions, I'm going to have to refer you to this video class. Now, I do have to charge for it because it took so much work and it was so expensive to produce. A lot of these issues you can troubleshoot yourself and fix yourself, but you have to find the problems before you start throwing money at it. Now, on the bench here, you see a whole bunch of parts off a C.I.S. fuel-injected car, and these are all things that I deal with in this video class. So if you want to know a little bit more about what this video class is all about, I'm going to attach at the end of this video the introduction, and that'll explain kind of what I'm doing, what the purpose of the video class is, and so on. It's going to talk about some of the cars that I will cover through the 5-6 sessions of this class. So if you're interested in learning more about why your fuel-injected older Mercedes gas engine won't start, be sure and check that out. This video class is going to be broken down into the introduction, which you're watching now, and 5 sessions. So you don't need to watch it all at once. You can watch each session, kind of absorb it. There's going to be overlap between the sessions in terms of what I cover, because some of the problems I'll cover on one car, I'll also cover on another car. But each car has a unique problem or a unique set of problems, okay? And I'm going to start with session 1 and session 2, working on an engine in a 300 CE coupe. That's an M104 6-cylinder engine that wouldn't start, particularly on really cold, damp mornings. And so, you're going to get to see in that first and second session how I go through the whole process of troubleshooting and repairing that coupe. And then in session 3, you're going to get to look at a 190E that a customer brought in. I swear that he probably hadn't done any maintenance on it in, 100,000 miles. And it wouldn't start. One morning it just wouldn't start. And that's usually the case. I found this over and over again. If the cars are neglected and they don't get regular maintenance, some morning they're going to get really frustrated with the owner and they're going to say, ha ha, I'm not going to start. And so was the case with this 190E. As you see, there was a number of things I had to do to repair to get that engine to start and run smoothly. And then in session 4, I got a situation where my son calls me up and says, hey Dad, my 300E won't start. It's in the driveway of my workplace. Can you come over and take a look at it? So you're going to get to see what I take with me as I go over and check a car out in a parking lot that won't start. And then bringing it back here to the shop and going through a couple of quick tests. And that one wasn't too bad. It was just a single part that was a problem. So we're going to start this video class with this car right here. This is a 1990 300 SE with the 6-cylinder gas M103 engine. Same engine that was in the 190E and the 300E, although the 190E is just a little bit smaller displacement. Now the reason I'm going to start and end with this car, this one was the biggest challenge. This one had the most things wrong with it. Over 8 issues had to be dealt with to get this engine to start and run properly. Now let me take you back a few weeks ago and listen as we tried to get this thing started. You can see we had to crank, but nothing. Maybe I got a little pop out of it. But we went to work, and over here on the bench, that's a summation of everything we had to deal with in order to get this engine running the way it is now. Now just listen, I'm going to reach in, not give it any gas, I'm going to reach in through the window and just turn the key. Magic, right? Compared to what it was like a few weeks back. So listen how smooth it's running, and listen to how quickly it started. It didn't start and quit, it didn't start and stumble, it just, bang, came to life. And that's what you're gonna want your old gas engine. I know I don't have any V8s in this video class, but let me tell you, a lot of the principles are the same, a lot of the components are the same. So if you have a V8, a lot of the information I'm going to share with you will apply also. So this is fixed, but it wasn't easy and it took quite a bit of time. So I think it's great that we had one that had so many issues. So I'm going to let you start now. Well, I'll go ahead and turn off the engine. You can go ahead now and start watching session 1, and then go through 2, 3, 4, 5, and when you get to the end, we're going to come back to this one. And you see all these parts right here? I'm going to take these in on the bench so you'll get a chance to really look at them close rather than working in and around this engine compartment. So in the last session in this video class, I'm going to take you through each part, talk about some of the problems you'll have with it, how you troubleshoot it, and this will all relate back to this 300 SE here is how we were able to fix it and get it running again. There's one thing you need to remember as you go through this video class. I'm not going to be able to show you how to remove and replace every component that we talk about. In other words, I'm not going to show you how to take a fuel pump off and put it back on. I'm not going to show you how to take a fuel distributor off and put it back on. I may not show you some things that come off and go back on. Some of these things are easy. Some of these things have information in the manual, factory manuals on how to do this. What I'm going to focus on is what you have to do to troubleshoot and to isolate the problem. That's the most important thing, because a lot of times when an engine like this won't start, you're going to say, well, is it mechanical? Do I not have any compression? Did the timing chain break? Is it fuel related? Is it ignition, a spark plug related? You've got to be able to narrow that down, and that's a large part of what this video class is going to cover. I'm going to cover theory of operation troubleshooting, and there will be some actual technical remove and replace, but that's not the purpose of this video class, so you need to be aware of that as you watch it.